should be, I believe, episode 5 of the Not So Dark Souls series. I may be counting wrong, I may not be. I'm kind of recording these back to back, so it's hard to tell which episode I am, but we're going to go ahead and say 5. Here, I'm going to head into the next area, which hopefully will not take that long, but this area is bigger than Lothar Castle. So with that being said, I'm definitely going to have to break this up into, I want to try and do it in 2 videos, but I may have to do it in 3. So we'll see how this goes. Um, this is the way you get to the next area. Later on in the game, you'll find that as you're going through the game, there are going to be other areas that branch off. I want to say personally, compared to the second game especially, the second Dark Souls, in my opinion, had the best level design because instead of going in more of a linear fashion, which this game kind of does, where you go from one end to another, you had different options. You could take different paths. Now, some were a little bit harder than others, but you could go different paths, and you didn't have to go through them in any certain order, which I personally liked. Plus, some of the paths were definitely hard to find, which I like, so they were pretty well hidden. But this level design isn't too bad. Um, Compared to the other games, it's a lot easier. The enemies are a lot easier to deal with. These guys really don't attack you, and none of them transform, so I really just don't deal with them. That's one of my biggest problems with the dog, is like, it can run around you and hit you in like 0.5 seconds, and you have 0.25 seconds to respond. Alright, got rid of those. I am loving this katana though. I think I'm definitely going to stick to it. There's some other katanas that you do get throughout the game. This one personally is one of my favorite. There are a few others that I do like. And there is a DLC katana, which I'm going to be honest, I think
Please
personally it's a little cheap because the
grant me
hitbox is
death.
big, but
Undo my shackles. Oh. Oh, then it's true. A champion of Ash as I live and breathe. To be in your presence is a great honor. I am Yol of Londor, a pilgrim, as you can see, only somehow I failed to die as was ordained. Well, perhaps my calling lies elsewhere. Say, champion of Ash, how does the idea of taking me into your service strike you? I was once a sorcerer. Surely I can be of use. Oh, I am honored, truly. I should be dead, yet you have granted me purpose anew. I, Yol of Londor, do solemnly swear myself to you.
alright, so he's going to be pretty useful during the beginning of the game. I got to do something, so I will be right back. I'm not going to try and take too long. Alrighty, sorry about that. I probably should have did that before I started recording, but uh, definitely did not even phase my mind at the time. Anyways, moving on. So yeah, that guy is pretty useful during the beginning. You definitely do get to level up for free without any souls, 1 point, and you do it about 5 times after you die a certain amount of times. Hopefully by this time I've died a certain amount of times, because I remember at one point I didn't, and I had to go fall off of stuff to die in order to get that free level up. There is another bonfire here. I'm not really going to rest at it though. Actually, yes I am. That way if I die I can just spawn back here. Before I start this area, there's one more thing I wanted to do. The other merchant that I got in the last episode does also sell arrows. So I want to buy arrows from him. So that way I have enough arrows to get through whatever I need to get through. I should have probably upgraded the bow.
Oh, and just
He eventually sells you a short bow, which is really effective. I love it because it does a special animation of when you dodge, you're able to
goodbye. Oh, this.
shoot an arrow. Do I have any? No, I do not have any Titanite left.
Just what?
But I might be able. No, I need
Pretty
to.
be careful.
I should find some more throughout the game, so. But I definitely say having ranged option is important in this game because there are times when it's better to take something out range than to take it out up close. If you want to do a magic build, is definitely a great ranged option, and there are some spells that give you up close um, options as well. So we're gonna skip those guys. We don't need that anymore. Now we're gonna get to these guys. There's an item to the left that we're gonna get. We have to knock this down in order to get it. Then we're gonna go through here because there's a little monster over here that likes to ambush you when you go down the stairs. These monsters are so annoying. They kind of look like Grey Rat a little bit. I don't know if Grey Rat would eventually became one of those if he would have stayed there, but you'll notice a lot of monster-like NPCs that really are just NPCs that you can talk to. It's pretty weird. That thing that I hit over there has an item on it. When I go downstairs, I'm gonna pick it up. Another thing I should have done is level up, but we'll get to that later. That's not really that important right now. Hopefully I can get this punch attack. Then get this guy. Then we're gonna go ahead and shoot this guy up here. Wait for him to drop down. Okay. And that's why I say it's good to have a ranged option. Don't want to miss that item. It's important to pick up most of the items in the game. Some items, I'll show you later, are, I don't want to say useless, but you're not going to use them in too many situations. Plus, it's literally poop, so I don't like doing a lot of work just for poop. Now, you see all these guys here, you don't have to fight them all at once. With a few fire bombs, you're able to take at least half of them out, and then with a bow and arrow, I want to say you can take the rest of them out. Because I don't want to attract that big lady right now, because she is definitely a problem. Sometimes they will do that side-by-side thing. You can just aim. I swear though, they like detect it when you do, so Gotta be careful. Alright, so let's get just these two real quickly. And then finally we'll deal with this big lady. She is pretty annoying to deal with up close. That thing right there does some considerable bleed damage. Plus she does have a ranged attack as well, so I want to say be careful of that. Can I dodge it? Yes, I can. In order to get those things to stop following you, you have to basically get them to hit a wall. No, just kidding. They run out eventually, thank God. Because... Okay. Oh, and I almost forgot this item over here. Hopefully I didn't forget any other items. I'm thinking of back through everything that I did. Definitely missed that. Get this item. Deal with this guy. And then there is a body with an item on it up here. I could have swore there was another one, but I can't really find it. No, there's not. I think there are two others over here. There's another one somewhere. There's one down here I know of, definitely for sure. Now in this building, there's two ways to get in here. This way over here, and over here there is a doorway that you can go through. I recommend going this way because there's two little thralls up here that will ambush you. I mean, they're not any easier to take on here, so... Gonna wait for him. Sometimes they have a combo attack that they do. Be very careful of that. They do like to jump up and pretty much dodge every swing you have. And then you can jump down here. And that cage comes alive. Any of them that have a slightly different color, that's, I want to say, slightly brighter, they come alive. Let's unlock this door first. Then we're gonna go ahead and get this item. That cage also is alive. They're weaker to more ranged attacks and close quarter ones. Alright, and then this is the second Covenant item that you get. When I mentioned earlier on those gold summon signs on the ground, the Covenant item that I just got is a Covenant that they belong to. You can use that Covenant item and you'll get a Sunlight Medal, and with that Covenant you'll get a few faith spells that are really useful. Now, there's two ways to go down here, and each way has a bonfire on each side. But if you go down the right way instead of the left way has a shortcut that you need to get through from the right way in order to get to it. So that way you can go from one bonfire to the next. If you go the left way, then you're going to have to go back around here, come back down the right way. Now eventually I will come back up the left way, but I'm going to do it just for the items, not just to get the bonfire or the shortcut. So I personally prefer going the left way. Plus there's more to do down in the left way, so I'm definitely going to have to go through that first. Alright, there's an enemy who likes to throw bombs. He should be right here. Okay, there's a little way that you can go to the right, but before I do that, I have to unlock that door. Hopefully I'm not giving you too much information, because I know there is a lot of information that you need to know in this game. Alright, we'll go through that, open this door. I'm gonna go ahead and get the item to the left real quick. Eventually I'm gonna have to come back down here, but before I do, I'm gonna do another thing that will get you to the third Covenant item. This area is pretty dangerous. There's a lot of thralls here. They're really annoying to deal with. This is why I like the katana, because it's better for attacking when you're dodging. Now there's two up here. If you're ever climbing a ladder and you get hit, it's better to just get off the ladder and come back down, because if you get hit enough times, you will fall off the ladder. And some ladders are very large. And if you fall off them, you will die. That hit me. Well, I'm not gonna jump down there. Okay, so we're gonna get this item. There is an item on top of this house that I did kind of miss. This item is the plank shield that I had when I started. Then let's talk to this NPC. Even though it looks like an enemy, it's an NPC.
Another Nana disappeared. The grand thinker he ever had. And Nana's never coming back. So come into the cage and become Nana's shade.
No, I'm good. Now, once you talk to him, come up here. There is an item to the back of this house, right here. And then go right and jump down here. You're gonna see this big scary thing, but don't attack him because he actually is friendly. I'm eventually gonna have to come back up here because I want to be able to get that item without... Once you hit it, it'll fall off all the way down there, so it's kind of hard to like hit it, get... Oh, I got it. Alright, that was easy. Okay. Now you got to do this in order to get to the third Covenant item. I wanted to do this after the boss, but... And here's that guy who looks like he's coming out of the sun. That's pretty interesting. Okay. Now we talk to this guy. Now the reason why I did this now, I kind of missed it in one of the playthroughs that I did, but if you do this now, there is another NPC that you talk to who you have to fight this person with. So...
Well, what's up? Or perhaps you are a hollow, posing as otherwise? Yes, then we are just fine. It's important to know who you are. But we'll all be mad soon enough. And should you be undead, well, all the more so.
Okay. I just so happen to be rendering these videos at the same time, so I'm kind of like rendering, uploading, and recording all at the same time. But I'll get to that in a minute. Okay.
Beware the shackle. You might need this. Etch it on your...
That's the Moundmaker's Covenant item.
Come here to pile up your victims, for that will form your anchor. You'll see when you go mad. They'll be your family. You'll go mad. Take my advice. Use this. This pit is... You've better...
Okay, so we finally got that. He did give us a homeward bone, so I can actually get out of here. These are pretty useful for leaving a place, and we'll take this opportunity to go to Firelink Shrine and level up, because I definitely don't want to lose any souls. Did I pick up any soul? Yes, I did. I'm going to use that. And then we are going to use this little puny thing. Okay. Now, I'm going to go ahead and just level up real quick.
Welcome home, speak. Very well, then take no. Let these souls
Got that to
return from
15.
their vessels.
And then we'll get this. I'm
Manifestations
going to
of
try and get that to
despair,
15.
elusive. Farewell, Ash made of flame.
How many? Alright, okay, so I do have. Do I have enough to upgrade? When you upgrade items with a blacksmith, I didn't complete, did it?